Welcome back to the Grow Yourself podcast. I'm your host, Liel Blinkoff, and today's episode is going to be one of those stories that just sticks with you. I actually had the privilege of hearing today's guest speak at my seminary last year, and I remember walking out thinking, whoa, that is someone who knows what it means to make a difference. Sometimes making a difference doesn't start with something huge, but it starts when you notice something small and then choosing not to ignore that. Today's guest did just that when he began the initiative Beef Up Our Boyz, which supports IDF soldiers by sending them high-protein beef jerky in the most beautiful design packages with handwritten letters, drawings, messages of love from people around the world. But let's let him tell you more about that. Please welcome Chaim Ruttenberg. Thank you so much, Chaim, for being here.
Thank you so much. And I really appreciate that. One of the things that we always have to be aware of is that we have an impact. Either it's a positive one or a negative one. And as you said, it's all about the small interactions. And you never know how you can say something to a group of people. And if one person is motivated by it to do something, then you're gaining merits and opportunities and all that positive energy. So many people in my life have set that example and went out of their way to encourage and inspire. It's a real pleasure and opportunity to hear that and to share that forward. Thank you.
Well, I'll tell you, it wasn't just one person, because I remember everyone was talking about that speech after. It was not just me.
I like to believe that it's, like you said, it's so much more than just the nutrition, because that's important, but it's also how we're given it. Like we're human beings, and how we eat and who we're eating with and why we're eating is so essential to what life is all about. That gift and the opportunity to be a link between someone from halfway around the world straight into combat zones in such a pure, beautiful way. And as you said, it really just started with a desire to help one person.
Wow, that's so incredible. I would love to start by you taking us back to the beginning. What made you feel that I got to do something? When did you realize that?
So I believe that the October 7th woke up so many people in our nation, so many people everywhere, that we need to counter this evil. We need to just not sit back and assume everything's going to be fine. We need to do something to actively make a better world. So there was a huge energy from the second the war happened. Like, we went to the store, got towels and toothbrushes and toothpaste. The rabbi was driving it to his son on the border somewhere, and you had an army unit stationed down the block. We got him burgers bar, crazy things going on, but always looking for that thing that really would have an impact. And we did something with the Dasa Hospital and connected them with seminaries and yeshivas. They needed hundreds of workers, and there were thousands of volunteers ready to jump. And they're like, God, give me something for this war that you really need. Like, I'm the same age as a lot of soldiers, and I'm not serving. I'm here in Israel. Give me something that you could use my skills for. My God-given talents. And when my nephew, who was by us on Simchat Torah, and he ran into combat, we didn't hear from him for a week. His wife was by our house. And a week later, he said he was hungry. He was cold and hungry, him and 97 guys in a pillbox overlooking Lebanon. And they could only have food and provisions backpacked into them. So how much can someone carry on a backpack for 97 guys? And what does the Army have? What's their emergency food ration that was put in storage? Primarily was tuna fish. And
Wow.
How many cans of tuna can you eat? And day and night, like literally, what are you giving to these guys? So my wife said, we got to get him beef jerky. She went to the store. They didn't have any. It's a rare product in Israel, and it's new to the kosher market in general. We called a bunch of vendors, say who has a product, and we sourced about 150 packages, and we got them about 97 jackets, because that's the way these guys work. If you want a jacket, everyone else has to have one, because that's who these soldiers are. They'll take the last one. We jumped into action. We delivered the jackets, and we delivered the beef jerky to his logistics officer. The beef jerky, the guy couldn't believe it. He's like, this is lightweight, this is steak, it's half the weight, and it lasts basically forever. And it tastes great. And he called over a bunch of commanders, turned out to be the heads of some of the major units. He's like, listen, they're in the field now. We're sending them lunch. We'll send them these packages. Let's see what they say. By the time I got back to Beit Shemesh, he had called me 2 times, each one needing 1,000 packages emergency. So now I had a beef jerky emergency. And good luck trying to communicate that to people who are already burnt out, because it's already 8-9 days into the war, and they're being told not food and this and that. Explain to them, I need beef jerky. We need funding for beef jerky.
Oh my gosh.
but it's so real and so impactful. And we opened up an organization like within minutes, Beef Up Our Boyz. We picked this logo and everything happened within moments. Cause Match opened us a free platform. Things moved so quickly. By Thursday night, we had about 1,500 packages of beef jerky, about $15,000 of beef jerky. We decided we're going to put stickers on them with the Bracha Chahakol blessing and the Beef Up Our Boyz logo so they know who to call us to get more. And we had like crazy stories. I'll share one quick story. Like I called the printer on Thursday, like around 11 o'clock. I said, I need stickers. He gave me a few thousand stickers. It cost 3,000 shekels for thousands of stickers. And he did it within an hour, like crazy stuff. I went into shul and I said, guys, I've never done this before. And I'm doing this project. If anyone wants to donate to be part of it, a guy walks up to me, hands me 3,000 shekels cash. Like, I'm like,
Wow.
that's like Hashem is loving it. 2 a.m, we got a delivery from Jerusalem from a beef jerky vendor. And the delivery driver and his friend and my son and my nephew, they put stickers on from 2 a.m. till 6 a.m. And we drove it up north and we delivered it to tons of units everywhere around. And Motzi Shabbat, we got a call. This gentleman tells us, this is portable food that we need. And he's like, how soon can I get as much as I can get? When I heard that, we rented the shul hall down the street. We hired 4 chefs. And the next day we had hundreds of volunteers. And it just snowballed from there. And so many soldiers have told us, especially from the beginning of the war, that it saved them. It literally gave them energy when they didn't have it. It showed up at crazy, strange places, deep in combat, and it was real food.
Wow. Did you ever imagine when just starting with providing beef jerky for one soldier it'd become what it is today?
Um, no, but I feel like a little bit today, it's still that one-to-one. It's still you're giving something to one person. How far would I go for you? You go the
Can you
distance.
please describe what one of your packages actually looks like?
For the most part, the bags came in these envelopes, and it's a great way to make a personal connection because people could write a note anywhere. Bar mitzvahs, bat mitzvahs, schools, college groups. They send these bags to Israel, which weighs virtually nothing. And the idea is that, like you said, we're delivering positivity and energy. I see these bags with scribbles on it. You never know what someone needs to see and someone needs to hear. For one, I'll share one little story. Basically, there was a friendly fire incident in Gaza. And this is a father of 6 kids running 3 companies, trying to kill everything together. He's sitting on the ground. It's dusty. People got injured from his unit. Things didn't go as planned. And he's tired. He's out of energy. He's like, what am I fighting for? I'm going home. And he reaches through his bag searching for something. One of the things we tell soldiers, like, yeah, the beef jerky is good, but save it for an emergency. And he found the beef jerky, he ate the food, and then he sees on the bag, there's a beautiful writing from some girl, some little flower, a little scribble. And it maybe it reminded him of one of his daughters or something. And he said, this is who I'm fighting for. This is what I'm fighting for. I'm fighting for this girl, I'm fighting for this feeling, like you said.
It's so incredible that not only do you do so much for the soldiers, but you built something for everyone to be a part of it. Like people with special needs, families, children, everyone is able to also give back. And you gave them that ability. What does that feel like for you?
It's a beautiful thing. On one hand, the need is still there to do it fully, and that's where we open the factory. We're trying to get it properly licensed. It could be part of the regular system of the army. So there's always that feeling like there's more to do, and we haven't done enough. And not just in beef jerky, in life in general, and as a nation. Redemption, Geula is something that we create. And it's created with kindness, a brick at a time, an act at a time. And if we have another moment in our life, we have another second to connect. And there's so many of these things that we miss. I love sharing this one. The most common item in the world is oxygen. And how far long can we go without oxygen? A few minutes. So the things we need are in abundance. And the second most common one is water. How long can we go without water? Maybe a few days. And the third one is food. Like this, there's things we don't want to be eating, but there's food basically everywhere. And I like to say that there's something even more common that's even more needed, and that's human connection, a smile, a little encouragement. So yeah, it's very touching that we did a lot and that people were able to connect through this. Everyone has something to offer, and especially in the dark early days of the war, when we had hundreds of volunteers every day. And these are people with kids in the army, lots of uncertainty, lots of darkness. You read the news, the world's falling apart, and you'd step into that hall and the light would shine and the energy would flow. And really the feeling to me is more about what's next. What's the responsibility and accountability that if one moment of inspiration, one desire to help one person led to helping and impacting hundreds of thousands, what does that mean about the next moment? And it's not about the quality and it's not about the quantity, it's about the connection.
I wanted to ask you, what would you say to someone like me or anyone who's listening right now who feels like they want to do something meaningful, but they just feel overwhelmed? Like, where do you even start?
Look for the signs. Be aware. Get your head out of your phone. Just be aware. You never know what the person next to you is carrying. The person on the bus. And they say one of the things to look out for, and this is just a great exercise. Wherever you are, look for someone who looks seriously distracted. They look lost, totally lost and encapsulated in their thoughts. And make eye contact and say, are you okay? How are you doing? And sometimes you'll see them like jolt their head and smile. And you never know. Sometimes in your life, there's someone that did that for you, that just like connected you back, took you out of your own inner head, your inner worlds, whatever stress is going on in life is so limited. It feels enormous in this moment. And just look for it. Like last night, a guy knocked on my door and he's making a barbecue in the local park. He gives me a bottle. Can you fill this up with water? Like, okay. He's like, do you have any potatoes and some salt? I'm like, okay. I mean, what did I do? I happened to have a bag of extra potatoes from Shabbos. Like, what did I do? It came to me. It came to me. It was a gift that came to me. And when those things happen, grab them and just move forward in that energy of we're in a world that because we're so technically connected, but practically and physically we're so distant that any small connection makes a difference. And like you said, you never know that you doing one small thing could inspire someone to do thousands of things, or the other way around. You could end up doing thousands of things. You make a podcast, you share a good word, you speak in a school, and it's very moving that something that I said to your school, and your school is amazing. Like we would drop off bags and you guys would package it. Look at it like it's critical. That's what I would say. Look at it like a mitzvah, doing good deeds, connecting is critical. Our nation and our personal lives depend on it. And you may be lucky once in a while to actually reach someone at a moment when they need to be reached.
Wow, I think sometimes like it's so easy to forget how each one of us makes such a difference. I think what's so incredible is that not only are you taking the opportunities, but your eyes are always open to them. Like, that's something I really admire about you. You're constantly looking for where can I make an impact. Just like some random guy in a park needs a potato, and just like someone needs a little beef jerky, I think it's the same thing. You see someone who needs something, and you're like, I have the resources to step in there and do something. You don't just talk or have the idea, but you put it into action. It just blows me away.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. But I think comes down to when we're connecting to goodness, it's not just important, it's everything. It's everything. And the opportunities are in abundance.
Right.
And it's a way of life.
I think that's such an important reminder for all of us to always keep your eyes open. Whether you are on a bus, walking down the street, no matter where you are, shopping in the grocery store, when you're constantly having your eyes open, looking out for where can I help someone, then you're going to do wonders. After October 7th, everything just changed. And I think there was so many people who wanted to do something. And I think it's incredible how many organizations and initiatives began. What makes Beef Up Our Boys different? Why is this not just another organization to support?
I think because we're doing something that no one else is doing, and it's real impact. It's food. The commander was telling the guys that one bag of beef jerky is like 4 cans of tuna. He said, guard it with your life. The forces that go in first around the world, they're carrying dried meats with them. And he said they carry basically provisions for 6 days on their back. And they're responsible to stay alive, to stay alert, to protect the lives of everyone around them. So they need to balance their sleep. They need to balance their food. If you can give them 4 times the food power in a fraction of the space, you're saving lives. You're making a real difference. And that's the power. There are certain things that cost thousands of dollars, but here's something, $10, $18. You're sponsoring something complete. And when we love it, when we go on trips, we take good food with us, the right food for the trip.
We are Jews after all, you know. Food's a pretty big part of that.
Right. And it's the right things for the right circumstances. And part of it also is, hopefully we're at the tail end of this long-winded war, is that the opportunity now to still be part of all the energy we delivered till today. That to me is huge. Whether it's donating, decorating, or connecting, or hearing and sharing the story.
Wow. Can you please tell us, how are we able to support what you're doing?
Beef Up Our Boyz is a great way to support Israel. Move to Israel. Be part of our nation. Be part of the future. Israel is a young country. We have so much to grow and to learn, and social media has such power of inspiring and connecting. One dream that I have is, you've given out over $1.5 million of beef jerky retail value. We've raised over $700,000+ in cash. Nearly 80,000 bags decorated. I would love if there was a way to get 80,000 donors, people to sponsor one bag, to connect in one small action. That to me would be tremendous.
And how can people find you?
BeefUpOurBoyz.com. Beef Up Our Boyz.
And everyone, make sure you follow the Instagram too. Beef Up Our Boyz. It is such an honor to hear you speak again, Chaim. I'm so grateful that you're giving me this time. I know that there's someone listening right now who is just as inspired by how much I was. I know without a doubt this is going to be a ripple effect, that one person is going to do something, start something, and that's going to help someone else. Who knows where it's going to go? This conversation has really impacted me and has impacted many other people. What you're doing, it's just such a reminder that making a difference doesn't have to be so complicated. It's just something so simple. It's seeing a need, caring enough, and then doing something about it. That's it. I'm just so grateful. Thank you for being here, for being a living example of what it means to take responsibility for the world. It's what it means to be a Jew.
Thank you.
And thank you for listening to another episode of the Grow Yourself podcast. I hope this conversation has impacted you as much as it impacted me. And I'm looking forward to seeing you in the next episode.